Everyone, welcome to the third part of the Adams Health Network Laboratory MedTech Onboarding Program tutorial. If you are participating in the BS to MedTech program and you're looking for your tutorial, that can be located here. In this tutorial, I will be showing you how to access a module and also showing you the requirements that are needed to complete each module in its entirety. The page that you see on your screen now is once again the laboratory onboarding landing page. This is the page that you will see most frequently, that you will interact with the most, and that you will see every time you access the SharePoint. As I previously mentioned in one of the previous videos, you can access the modules by clicking on these links over here, or you can access them through these little tabs on this side toolbar, whichever you prefer. Keep in mind that you will not be doing the phlebotomy module. That is for the BS to MedTech program. It's just here. You can view it if you'd like. You don't have to, but that is not required for you to complete. If we click on a module here, this first module that you'll need to complete, every module is set up in the exact same format. So we have our module title here. We have our learning requirements here. We have our policies and procedures here. We have our virtual training here. And then typically, you will see under this virtual training, you will see a department schedule. Again, this is subject to change. This is just here now because that's what is working at the current time. However, this may change. You may see different times for each of these modules. I'm going to jump back to this first module here, and we're going to talk about these learning requirements. We have our objectives here and our competencies here. Additionally, we have our checklists. You will be focusing on these ones under the MedTech onboarding. Anything that is titled BS to MedTech, BS to MT, that does not pertain to you, so you can ignore that. Something to know about objectives versus competencies. Objectives are more of what you will be able to do after completing the virtual training. In comparison, competency requirements are what you should be able to do after the departmental training. So it would be very easy for us to see if you can define terms and concepts frequently used in clinical laboratories, but it would not be easy for us to measure if you can differentiate the characteristics or symptoms related to contact and or overexposure to various hazardous substances found within a clinical laboratory. So for that reason, we have set up two different things. Again, these are more of your knowledge, what you have acquired, and this is how you apply that knowledge. I think that it would be extremely beneficial to you that at the beginning of every module, you come through and you read these objectives and you read the competencies. That way you have a general idea of what you're going to learn during this module. Additionally, I think it would be beneficial if you would come back after you complete a module in its entirety, after you've completed an exam, that you come back here and you make sure that you can do all of these. You can utilize proper understanding of the overall operations and organization of clinical laboratory, the purpose of different clinical laboratory departments, frequently cited terms and concepts used in a clinical laboratory, etc. Make sure that you're able to do that. That way you know when you can, what you need to go back and touch up on and what you can move on and complete. I want to look now at the module checklist for each specific module. We won't go through all of them, I'll just show you an example. So if you click on that link, it'll take you to this module checklist for your program for the General Laboratory Practices and Procedures module. You'll have to read through the following policies, and that is the main bulk of what your content will be. Your virtual training will mainly be reading through the policies. However, we do have some virtual training requirements listed down here. Anything that you have to watch is mainly going to be equipment based, how to use the equipment and the instruments that we have in the Adams Health Network Laboratory. Unlike the BS to MedTech program, you won't have to learn how to how to do a blood draw, how to do a dermal capillary puncture, anything like that you won't have to do. You should have a pretty good understanding of that already. So here you can see what you'll need to complete for your virtual training. You'll just look here and then you'll jump back, you'll jump back and you'll say, okay, I need to view tarring a scale part 1. And you'll click on that and watch that. And then again, we have listed down here that you have to complete an exam and the passing score is 70%. This is just to keep you organized throughout the program. Again, I'll quickly show you that it's the same for chemistry. We'll have a chemistry module checklist. Oops. Make sure you click the right one. I didn't click the right one there. Again, you're just going to view and read through these policies and procedures. You'll watch these virtual trainings, and then you'll complete the exams. Each module is then going to have a training checklist, and that's what you will be you'll be doing within each department. So you'll need to be trained in how to complete venipuncture, capillary puncture, special collections, and each of these modules has one of those training checklists. Additionally, some modules will have those competency task lists that we already talked about, and you can view those on your own time. So you can go through and read all of these objectives and competencies and look at the virtual trainings that you'll need to complete. But for now, I think that this is a good stopping point for this tutorial. If you have any questions regarding the SharePoint site or the program itself, please feel free to discuss that with your supervisor and or manager. And you can always, if you have any questions, you can view the program overview and description. That may be helpful to you throughout the program. Thank you so much for watching these tutorials, and I wish you luck throughout this program.